There are places in the world that were never meant to be discovered, not hidden by accident, not lost by time, but deliberately erased, buried, sealed, forgotten. And yet, one of them was found, deep beneath layers of earth, far below what should have been reachable. Archaeologists uncovered something that didn't make sense, not a ruin, not a collapsed structure, but something intact, preserved, designed. A system of tunnels, chambers, and pathways so precise, so intentional, that it looked less like a shelter and more like a plan. But here's where it gets strange. The deeper they went, the less. It looked like a city, and the more it looked like a defensive system, not against weather, not against animals, but against something that could find them. The walls weren't random stone. They were reinforced, layered, engineered to absorb impact. Some passages were narrow, barely wide enough for a single person, while others opened into massive chambers, capable of holding hundreds. Ventilation shafts were hidden, not visible from the surface, meaning whoever built this didn't want anyone to know it existed. But the most unsettling part was the entrances, or more accurately, the lack of them. Because this place wasn't designed to be accessed easily, it was designed to be sealed. Massive circular stone doors, weighing tons, could be rolled into place from the inside, blocking entire sections instantly. Once closed, there was no way in and no easy way out. Think about that. A civilization spending generations building something underground with the intention of locking themselves inside it. Why? What were they preparing for? What did they know that we don't? Because this changes everything. This wasn't just survival. This wasn't just shelter. This was fear, calculated, structured, engineered fear. The kind of fear that doesn't come from imagination. It comes from experience. Inside the chambers, there were signs of long-term living, food storage areas, water systems, sleeping quarters. This wasn't temporary. This was designed for people to stay for extended periods, maybe weeks, maybe months, maybe longer. But there's one detail that doesn't get talked about enough. Some sections were deliberately collapsed, not by time, not by earthquakes, but intentionally, as if something needed to be sealed off permanently. Imagine being there, deep underground, no light, no sound, just silence, and the knowledge that something above is the reason you're hiding, not running, not fighting, hiding, because whatever it is, you can't stop it. Some believe it was invasion, others say natural disaster, but those don't explain the design. Those don't explain the secrecy. Those don't explain why it was built before the threat arrived, which leaves a more uncomfortable question. What if this wasn't a reaction? What if it was preparation? What if they knew something was coming? Because civilizations don't build underground worlds without a reason. They don't hide entire populations without a threat, and they definitely don't seal themselves in unless the outside world becomes worse than being trapped below it. And here's the part that should make you think, this wasn't the only place like this. There are others, scattered across the world, different locations, same concept, same intention, which means this wasn't isolated. This was patterned, repeated, planned, and whatever caused it was big enough to make entire civilizations disappear underground. So the real question isn't, how did they build it? It's, what were they hiding from?